Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tylearn, and today I am bringing you a brand new what if, and this what if is, what if Kakashi had Obito's right eye rather than his left? And so in this timeline, he's going to be having the different Kamui eye, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's really nothing left to this intro, but I wanted to ask you guys something. If you guys could suggest me some what ifs, that would be very appreciated, as I really don't know what to do. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get into this what if. It's probably going to be either this part to be the only part, or maybe a second part. But yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so obviously we start our story around the time where Obito would get crushed, but rather it being his right side, it would be his left side. And with this, Kakashi would get the opposite Sharingan eye, and really, at this point in the story, there's really nothing that's going to be changing. Kakashi just got a Sharingan and a different eyeball. That's really all about it. And I'll say that Kakashi, when he gets, scarred or whatever, it will just be on the opposite eye. But yeah, regardless, it's just a different eyed Kakashi and a different scarred Kakashi. And really, he's pretty much going to be the same Kakashi that we all know and love up until the beginning of Part 2. Because that's really when changes start to happen, because Kakashi's going to have a whole different ability. So everything all the way up to the end of Part 1 is pretty much the same. But when Kakashi trains, he discovers a different ability. Rather than being able to shoot out Kamui shots to basically neg durability and send things into a spatial time, whatever the Kamui is. Alright, so basically what's going to be happening here is Kakashi is going to be able to phase through things for 2 minutes, and he can do this 2 times consecutively before collapsing due to chakra exertion. This way, Kakashi is honestly gonna have a objectively probably better power-up, because rather than shooting out 2 Kamuis and getting tired, he can phase through things for 4 minutes max before collapsing, which honestly, you can get a lot done in 4 minutes. Now, anyways, guys, we would then move on to the Kazekage rescue mission, where everything would pretty much be the same up until Naruto and Kakashi face off against Deidara, where instead of using Kamui to basically get rid of Deidara's arm, he would be using his phasing to catch up to Deidara way faster, since Deidara can't really stop him, and this would give Kakashi the opportunity to actually pin down the real Deidara rather than facing off against a cloned one. So when he tries to basically explode and get out of the area, it's not really a self-destruct thing, but rather it's just a mini explosion. However, Kakashi would see this coming and would tell everyone before, any of this would happen to basically get down and get away, because who never knows that Deidara might be able to sneak attack, and the only one who can get away from this is Kakashi, since he can phase. So he would already have his phasing activated when Deidara shoots out his explosions and tries to escape, so Kakashi would see this through the explosions and basically deceive Deidara and then grab him and push him onto the ground. Now, he knows that Deidara is someone pretty hard to pin down, so he honestly thinks that they could just kill him. And with that being said, it would be good to have the intel, but Sakura and Chie already got that covered, so Kakashi would just pierce a Raikiri through Deidara and basically kill him. So rather Deidara being alive and basically killing himself to fight Sasuke and all that stuff, no, his journey just ends a lot shortly, and yeah, pretty much sucks. Now, we would then move on to where Sakura and Chie are currently at, and they would take down Sasori similar to in canon, with Chie sacrificing herself for Gaara. And this would conclude the Kazekage rescue mission, with Team 7 then going out to go and try and save Sasuke one last time. But this time Kakashi wouldn't be crippled in the hospital, so he'll actually come along. However, Sai would still come along, as they need another member for Team 7. Also, we will include Yamato for the mission because they're going to need someone to get rid of the four-tailed Naruto when, he goes berserk. Because Kakashi's suppression tags ain't going to do it. So we would then move on with Team 7, this huger version of Team 7, 5 people on the squad, heading out to the bridge site where they would encounter Orochimaru and Kabuto. And Naruto would begin to go crazy while Kakashi would stand beside Naruto and would try to calm him down. And with this, I don't think Naruto will calm down, however, he will try. So beforehand, I'll say he scraps with Orochimaru in his three-tailed state a little more before then fully transforming into the four-tailed state. With this, Kakashi is a little overwhelmed with what to do, and we would see him seeing Kabuto pretty much tool around with Sakura and Sai, and is easily taking them on. Kakashi decides to use his Sharingan and rushes at Kabuto at full speed, basically blindsiding him and knocking him down. With this, Kabuto would try to use the rest of his chakra to fight back against Kakashi, but Kakashi clearly shows that he's gotten way stronger over the 2.5-year gap rather than Kabuto, so rather than them being equals like how they were in Part 1, it's just a massive stomp in Kakashi's favor. And after Kabuto is then dismantled, we would then get Orochimaru versus Naruto, which Kakashi would try and intervene with, and we would get Kakashi shooting a Raikiri that would basically stop them and intervene, and he would intercept right in the middle. And with this, he would then use his Kamui ability to then engage in a fight with Orochimaru, easily phasing through his attacks, and it would get to the point to where Kakashi is just kind of slamming Orochimaru while also phasing through Naruto's attacks, because obviously Naruto isn't going to be standing still. With this, Orochimaru decides to retreat, and he would grab Kabuto, and those two would then head out, while Sai would back them up, and Yamato would suppress Naruto's four-tailed state, and this would then lead into Team 7, the remaining members of Team 7, Yamato, Sakura, Naruto, and Kakashi, heading out to Orochimaru's hideout, where they would inevitably encounter the old member of Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha. Now, with Sasuke here, I think Sasuke would still attempt to basically solo Team 7, and he would solo Naruto, Sakura, and Yamato, and Sai, and the only one that's really left is Kakashi, who would be able to resist his lightning thanks to him, being a special in that nature. At that point, Sasuke would then say nice Sharingan, even though he's not even a real Uchiha, and Kakashi would then show Sasuke that he has gotten a lot more powerful over the 2.5-year gap, and he did teach Sasuke how to use his Sharingan in the first place, as he would then form his MS. Sasuke would be in shock seeing the Mangekyo Sharingan in his face, this guy's not even an Uchiha, and he doesn't even have both Sharingans, and he's mastered the Sharingan even better than Sasuke, which would enrage him. At that point, he would then use his 3-Tomo Sharingan in base and lunge at Kakashi, but he would find that Kakashi is a lot more powerful than him and has a clear advantage over Sasuke, and Sasuke needs to resort to using the Curse Mark, which makes him angry. He would burst out in rage and rush at Kakashi in his Curse Mark Stage 1 state, where Kakashi's still managing to keep up. And with his phasing ability, it's pretty hard for Sasuke to try and tag Kakashi, and so Sasuke is wasting a lot more chakra than he would anticipate, and Kakashi is just phasing through all these attacks and forcing Sasuke to use more and more chakra, and he doesn't even notice, but Kakashi is just trapping Sasuke, luring him into using all of his chakra so he could then finish him off. At that point, Sasuke would then go into his Curse Mark Stage 2 state, but it would be running out fast, and by the time Kakashi's phasing ends, he would then activate his phasing once again, while Sasuke would be trying to tag Kakashi once again, and he would get around the 3-minute mark, and Kakashi's Sharingan is burning out fast, while Sasuke's chakra is also burning fast. This would then lead into the two of them basically scrapping in taijutsu, and then using a fireball clash, and them using the little bit of chakra that they have left to basically make lightning into their palms and strike at each other, with Kakashi barely outspeeding Sasuke, but he would collapse in the process. Kakashi not only fought his former student today, but managed to take him down. And with this, Naruto, Yamato, and Sai and Sakura would take care of the rest, and Orochimaru and Kabuto really don't want to get overwhelmed right now. Orochimaru needs Sasuke's body, however, so he would lunge himself towards it, but Yamato would already make a wood structure basically blocking Sasuke and Kakashi, while Naruto would activate a little bit of Kurama, but just managing to compose himself long enough to essentially use just enough of the Nine-Tails chakra to form a one-tailed cloak and basically bop Orochimaru across the floor. Orochimaru is down, and they would then be forced to retreat, and by them I mean Orochimaru and Kabuto, which would basically enrage them, but they plan to attack on Konoha to get Sasuke's body back once again. And with this, the mission is actually a success, and Sasuke and Kakashi are going to be in the hospital because they nearly killed each other in their fight. Now, there is something I do want to mention, and that is the Kakuzu arc, which is the last arc I'm going to be covering in this video, so pay attention. The first half of the Kakuzu arc is the same, nothing really changes. However, as for the second half, when Team 10 goes out, I don't see Kakashi being there and being their Jonin, but rather it being Yamato, due to the fact that Kakashi is in the hospital. So Yamato would lead Team 10, and this time I would say that Choji and Ino might die in the process of this mission, but I'll just say that it's only Ino because she is definitely the weakest on the team, and Yamato is not nearly as strong as Kakashi or as fast, so he's not going to be saving them. And with that being said, I'll say Ino dies in this mission as well, as Naruto would then come in similar to in canon, and he would use the Rasen Shuriken to essentially one-shot Kakuzu, while Shikamaru would handle Hidan the exact way he did in canon. I don't want to change that because that was honestly perfect. So yeah, with that being said, the Kakuzu arc would then end, and Sasuke and Kakashi would then be fully recovered from the hospital, and they would exit the hospital together, with Kakashi supervising Sasuke. And that is where we're going to be leaving our story off. If you guys want to know what's going to be happening next, be sure to like this video for part 2, and share it with your friends, and comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new, because the majority of my people who watch the videos aren't subscribed, and not to mention hit the notification bell that way you are notified and updated every time I upload. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out. Bye!